Well,
Hey, how you doing?
welcome, welcome everyone to the Real Whovians Cast, episode 418. I am your host, Matrixlord 212. I'm with Daniel. What's up, Daniel?
Hi, what's up?
What's going on, Mike D?
Hello.
Where's Bryan? Come on, Bryan.
Yeah, I gave him the link.
I already gave him the link. All right.
Okay.
All right, just shut your microphone off. Okay, here we go. All right. So, Daniel.
Yeah.
Okay. Finally, what did you think of Robot of Sherwood?
It was awesome. I loved that episode. It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved it.
What did you think about it in detail?
I liked how it all, that part where the doctor, especially the part where the doctor, he got a blood sample from that guy, and he was like, holy crap,
cool.
he got like tons of diseases, like in the last 6 months. And then
That was great.
the guy later on, the guy later on said something like, "Oh, we protect something forevermore." I don't know. I think it means like I don't know. What did he say? Something he said something, they protect something or something. I don't know.
He kept
and then he goes, "Well, yeah."
He kept checking the guy's hair sample. Did the blood.
Yeah, he tried to keep it real. That was cool.
That was cool.
So do you think? What?
The spoon fight.
Oh, yeah?
The spoon fight.
Oh, yeah, the spoon fight was cool, yeah, that was awesome. He just needed a spoon, the doctor. All he needed was a spoon, and he defeated Robin Hood, and then that was cool,
That was awesome.
Yeah. So do you think the sheriff... Yeah.
The sheriff what?
The sheriff, do you think he's still alive?
Yeah, because he reached his hand out and became gold, right? Or something like that.
No. Remember when Robin Hood knocked him down? We could see his hands hanging up.
He became gold. Yeah, he became gold. Yeah, he got out.
Oh, so he's dead?
No, he's maybe he was a robot to begin with.
Oh.
He's gold, I think.
Yeah.
I don't. No, he's not.
So you think?
I don't think.
You think he can come back?
They show the hand coming out. Yeah, I think he can come back. Because why show the hand coming out?
Yeah.
Like the
so
hand
like,
looks like gold.
This is what I think. I'm thinking maybe he'll get out and he'll probably just kill Robin Hood and all of his merry men and stuff, and then the doctor's gonna have to come back and defeat him or something.
It could be an opening or continuation, I guess, if they're gonna take that route.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would do that, or maybe it would tie in with the finale, possibly. Because we all know that.
He's invincible, isn't he? Because I think the robots did something to him. They made him like part machine.
Could be. I mean, remember when they had finales before? They had stuff throughout the episodes in the finale, like the Go, the Silurians, the Daleks, like with Pandora and stuff. They had that whole story arc that expanded into the finale, and in the mid-season finale, they have the storylines like blocks, but all these different storylines that go connected to the mid-season finale. So it could be that everything that's in all the episodes comes to a head in the last 2 episodes, because it's a 2-parter, and they could have things. They could have the guy from the first episode, the half-faced man. They could have the girl from the second episode that she's in the Promised Land with Missy. You could have this guy that's turned to gold in this episode. So it could be something from every episode that is part of the finale.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
I think, anyway.
No, I saw that episode, the leaked episode, actually a couple of weeks back, and I haven't watched it over the weekend. It's like official screening, but was Missy actually in this episode at some point at the end?
No.
Did they have a scene with her? Okay, I didn't think so.
They mentioned Promised Land, like the ship was going to the Promised Land, but I guess landed there. So I'm trying to get. I want to see the unedited because on BBC America, I think they cut like a minute or so from the episodes because I know they cut Into the Dalek last night, and they cut that whole scene where he says, "Don't hold your breath when you're getting miniaturized." So
Yeah.
I think that they cut like a minute. Yeah, I think they cut a minute from it. So I have to get my hands on the copy to see what was cut, really, because I want the full effect. They butchered the Doctor, the Widow, and the Wardrobe, where they cut the whole scene with Amy Pond, where he just goes to the door and he hugs her, and they left out the whole part where she's staring at him. He's upset, squirts the water, he's crying. They cut that whole part out, so on the BBC America version. So, it kind of ruins it in a way because certain things you need to have in the episode.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna probably want to see what was cut from Robot of Sherwood. Hopefully I could see what it was. Maybe it might not be a big deal. Maybe it will. What's up, Bryan?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Not much. Bit bored.
Now, you saw it on BBC America, or you saw it from another
Yeah,
avenue?
BBC America version, yeah.
Okay. And usually I think the first showing is the full one, but I didn't get to see the first one. I saw Midnight one, which was cut. So I got to see what was cut out.
Yeah, I saw the
It's a
first
shame. It's a shame they do that. It's a shame they do that, but they do it. I don't know why. Maybe they get an extra commercial out of it or something.
Or maybe
two
they want you
commercials,
to buy the DVD. They want you to buy the DVD.
It could be. It could be. Not really sure. But what else do you have to say about the episode, Daniel?
Oh, I loved the whole thing.
What about the robot?
The robots were cool, yeah. And what did they say something about like Robin Hood? Did they say like when Clara asked what happened to Maid Marian, didn't he say she died or something? I don't understand why.
She appeared at the end. She appeared at the end. That's what the whole thing was. That was her.
Yeah, I know.
That
But,
helped
like,
the Doctor.
maybe the Doctor scooped her out of a certain point in time and brought her there. I don't know. Maybe it was like before she died or something.
No, she was in there. He saved her. She helped the Doctor out.
Oh,
So-
okay. Yeah, she was taken by the sheriff, right?
Yeah. Mike D.
Yes, sir.
Well, I'm gonna do a new segment on this podcast. What I do, past couple podcasts, where the host bows out for 5 whole minutes or maybe a little less, and just gives the floor to everybody to just talk about the episode. So you have the floor, Mike D, if you want to ask them questions.
Okay.
All right.
Well, I guess I would start with stating, I guess starting with Bryan and continuing with Daniel. Where do you think this episode falls within the first 3 episodes of the series that we've seen? How would you rate these 3 episodes as far as like from best to worst? Starting with Bryan.
I would have
Deep breath into the Dalek and
to say, I would have to say, yeah, Robot to Sherwood as number 1.
okay.
Then it would have to be Deep Breath and then Into the Dalek.
Okay. What do you think, Daniel?
I would have to say Robots of Sherwood, Into the Dalek number 2, and Deep Breath number 3. I mean, yeah, they were all really good. They were all just really, really well made. I love.
So what was it about Robots of Sherwood that it seemed like both of you were pretty much like unanimous with the fact that Robots of Sherwood pretty much was the in the top slot, so to speak, at this point? Is it because it's the newest, freshest on your mind, or were there certain components of that episode that you really liked? Like the
Well, I
whimsical.
liked it because, yeah, like one of the reasons why I liked was, well, it obviously it's fresh in my mind, it's brand new, and it was really, it's Robin Hood also. I mean, I love Robin Hood. Like I grew up with Robin Hood. I loved it. So yeah, I'm just like, oh my God, one of my childhood heroes is in Doctor Who. It's great. You got Robin Hood and his merry men and everything, and it was really good. And and especially at the end. Remember when Robin Hood was like, he was saying like to the Doctor, like there was like this one a guy one time that he was born in a life of luxury, but then he became an outcast. And then the Doctor thought, oh, you're talking about yourself. But then he goes, I'm not finished. One day he stole a TARDIS and he ran away. So like, the Doctor thought he was talking about himself, but then he was like, oh wait, you're talking about me. And then he said like, I hope your adventures never die. May your adventures never. Is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they were comparing. Yeah.
So would you like the series being like a little bit more whimsical, I guess, or do you like the darker sort of episodes? Which do you prefer, as far as like
I like the darker
series? I do too.
Yeah. But also good too. The whimsy is good too. They're all really really good.
Right.
Yeah. I really hope. Yeah, I really hope we see a comeback for Robin Hood. I mean, this was a really good episode. I'm sure it got really great ratings, and it would be awesome to see him come back. It would be a shame not to see him ever again,
Yeah.
And also the sheriff. The sheriff, he's still around, right? I mean, we saw his hands at the very end, right, when they were running out of the castle. No, we saw his hand.
They could always write around that for some reason. Like I'm sure they left it open enough to where it was ambiguous enough to where they could bring that character back if they so desired.
Yeah, I mean, like, well, see, what I think is he probably grabbed onto the edge before he fell in, So he probably, I don't know, either he ran out before the castle crumbled, or yeah, I think so.
Well, we've seen the Master come back half a dozen times from death, so there's probably no reason they couldn't bring him back as well.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the trailer for Listen, the next episode?
Yeah, that's a spooky episode. That's kind of cool.
Have you seen the leaked episode of that or not?
Yeah, at the end I saw the piece of the episode, and it looked okay to me. It didn't look as good as these episodes I've seen. I'll probably rate it like a 6 when I see it, because just by looking at it, I can tell that, okay.
I don't know. I think you may be surprised. There's a lot of stuff. Yeah. The reason why I think, at least my opinion on this, the teaser, I watched the teaser as well, but they could not show a lot of that episode because it would give away a lot about there's a big unveiling, a big surprise in that, and the story itself is a really cool sort of situation where they're dealing with hopping around in time with certain individuals, and that may include the Doctor too. Is all I will say. So it's quite interesting, some of the things that pop up in that episode, but that's really good, and that's definitely a dark episode.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely a different sort of feel than the Robot of Sherwood episode.
Yeah. I'm definitely getting, like, I get the first episode, Deep Breath. I heard it's coming on DVD on the 10th.
Yeah.
So I'm like surprised. What? I mean, did you hear that too?
I kind of heard a little mumbling or something.
Yeah. I mean, like I heard that Deep Breath is coming on DVD, and I'm like surprised.
Oh, yeah.
Like, really? I thought I had to wait until the season comes out, or maybe you just get season 8 part 1 and then season 8 part 2. That's what I do.
They might be trying to rush it out to kind of gain more viewership with getting people in. Throw that first pilot episode out with the new Doctor.
Yeah,
You know, why not that, double dip? They'll hit people on the back end when the full series is done and they release it on Blu-ray and DVD. So from what I've seen, I like, I've seen like the first 4 episodes, and I really like what I've seen. Each episode's got like a different sort of feel and tonality to it, and it's been really good with the way that they've been using Capaldi with his dark side and as well as his comedic side with things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this Doctor's really awesome. I love him. He's the best. I think I like him more than Matt Smith, actually. I can actually say he's better than Matt Smith. So Matt Smith, number 2 for me. Now.
I think that Capaldi's Doctor will be like a Tom Baker type standards. Like he will be like one of the most popular type doctors and everything.
Oh, I see that Bill and his pussy have joined our cast. Welcome, Bill.
This is Hot Chopset.
Aw, he's so cute.
Cool. So did you view the Robot of Sherwood yet, Bill?
I haven't seen it in its entirety because I've been discussing some things with the roommate. I'm about halfway into it. Of course, I saw the previous version, so I'm waiting to see if it's true that they got stupidly politically correct and took out the beheading. But other than maybe that mistake, I enjoyed the episode.
They did take it out, Bill. They did.
Oh, bad. Yeah. I was going to say, from what I've heard, they removed that.
Is that what they took out? Is that what they took in the episode? What's up, Phil?
They did take that out.
I never saw it. Yeah, I never saw it on the episode.
I mean, geez, no matter what you do, you might offend somebody. So why don't we just go to the extreme of like never putting anything on television or whatever, because somebody's going to get butt hurt somewhere.
Yep.
What did you rate the episode? I don't know if he asked you that question, but
it wasn't really one of my favorite episodes, but it was enjoyable. I'll give it about a 6 out of 10.
And that's interesting because Daniel and Bryan were sharing with me earlier that Robots of Sherwood was actually at the top of their list out of all of the episodes that have aired out of this season.
And Alexa likes it better than the other episode. She gave it like between a 6.5 and a 7.
Yeah, I would kind of like to see the 2,000-year-old Time Lord stop taking lip from the 27-year-old girl. And I'd like her to stop being very slow and actually get a background to her. So I'm kind of anxious for Clara to go bye-bye and for us to get a better companion.
Well, it looks like she's going bye-bye anyway, I think. Christmas, right? Possibly.
Supposedly. And I'll believe it when it happens. I mean, come on, this started...
Yeah, it might be untrue.
Sometimes the Mirror is right, but they're a tabloid, and I try to keep that in mind.
Go ahead.
Okay. I hear you. So,
have any of you guys read Engines of War?
What's that?
Have any of you read Engines of War?
Engines of War?
No, how is that with the War Doctor? How is?
In a nutshell, it is the story about the final straw that makes the Doctor decide that he needs to take out both sides. It doesn't really lead up to the events in the 8th anniversary, but it does set the stage for his motivation. One thing that I really love in it is, you remember when the 10th Doctor was talking about if Gallifrey comes back, all of these other things, he mentions Scaro degradations. They basically explain them. The Daleks go into their own history, meddling in alternate versions of their past, bring about other mutations that were kind of on their way to being Daleks. Then they put them in Dalek casings and send them out to go kill things.
Oh, like Spider Dalek?
Yeah, so their Spider Daleks are among them, hovering ones. They're not a Daleks, is what you could call them. And there's a new one that they have that they call a new paradigm, not to be confused with the Toyota Daleks. Imagine the special weapons Dalek, but with like a gunmetal, like a bluish hue gunmetal type thing going on, and their cannon is a dematerialization gun that literally erases you from history.
They had that in that was supposed to be a toy like a special. What was that? To wipe the Daleks from history or Cybermen? It was like a special toy that came out last year. It was like mentioning something like that, or a special sonic screwdriver, a trans-temporal sonic screwdriver, or something. I remember they came out with a toy that was.
The book has a lot of references to the Five Doctors and to some extent to Genesis and the Daleks, and blatantly states that the events of Genesis and the Daleks was the beginning of the Time War.
Yeah, that's basically alluded in the beginning when the Time Lord guy just asked the Doctor to prevent them.
Yeah, that would make sense based on what transpires during the episode itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I always thought that too.
And
because they knew that the Daleks were.
You'll see the War Doctor actually get pissed off enough to be willing to another Time Lord to death right in front of Rassilon. Literally right in front of him. Oh, and to get defiant to Rassilon right to his face in front of the whole council and say, I'm going to stop you. So by the time of the event of the 8th anniversary, he is a hunted criminal that the Time Lords destroy if they get their hands on him. And that kind of helps put their attitude together when he said, my worst nightmare, referring to the Doctor.
That's fun.
Well,
that's great.
Yeah, he's considered a traitor because in the book, I won't say how because you should read it yourself, but in the book, he literally betrays the Gallifreyans because what they're doing is wrong.
Wow. I got that. I think I'll get that. Read. All right. Any other thoughts, Daniel? What'd you rate it, Daniel?
I would rate it a 10. I love it.
Okay. I rated it. I rated it a 10 too because I liked it a lot. I think it was one of Mark Gatiss' better episodes, man. I liked it a lot. All right. Any final thoughts, Mike D?
I would say if you're a fan of the War Doctor, you will be happy.
Yeah.
Very soon. Besides what Vil said earlier.
Oh, why is that?
I know.
Oh my God, he's coming back.
We can't give away anything.
Oh my God.
Say something off of the
Listen, Daniel. Listen, you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, get Bill. I'm sorry, I thought Bill was talking. All right, guys. On that note, stay tuned for Listen next week. And that's it. Take care. Bye for now.